Picture this. A fire breaks out on the 30th floor of a skyscraper. Smoke fills the air, alarms blare, and firefighters rush in. But here's the question. How do they get water all the way up there fast? Dragging hoses through stairwells? That's not practical. And that's where the wet riser system comes into play, an essential lifeline for firefighting in tall buildings. Today, we're diving deep into how wet risers work, how they differ from dry risers, and why proper maintenance can be the difference between a minor fire and a major disaster. What is a wet riser system? Think of a wet riser system like a firefighter's built-in water supply highway. Unlike a dry riser, which is empty until firefighters pump water into it, a wet riser is always filled, pressurized, and ready to go. You'll find wet risers in buildings over 50 feet, about 5 stories, because at that height, relying on a fire truck's pump isn't quick or reliable enough. So how does it work? The system is connected to a dedicated water tank or a direct city water supply with booster pumps ensuring that high-pressure water is instantly available at key points throughout the building. Key components of a wet riser system. To really understand the system, let's break down its key components. Vertical riser pipes. These run through the building, ensuring water is available on every floor. Landing valves, hydrant outlets. These are strategically placed usually in stairwells, allowing firefighters to hook up their hoses instantly. Booster pumps maintain high pressure so the water reaches upper floors efficiently. Water storage tank, usually located at ground level or underground, storing thousands of liters of water specifically for firefighting. Non-return valves and pressure gauges. Prevent backflow and help monitor the system's readiness. Real-life failure cases. The cost of poor maintenance. Now let's talk about why this system must always be in top shape. Remember the 2015 Dubai Marina Torch Tower fire? It was one of the tallest residential buildings in the world at the time. When firefighters reached the upper floors, they found that several wet riser outlets were blocked by rust and debris. The result? Water pressure dropped and the fire spread rapidly, causing millions of dollars in damage. Another example, 2017 Grenfell Tower, London. While the main issue was flammable cladding, investigations also found that fire suppression systems weren't properly maintained, further complicating the rescue and firefighting efforts. This is why routine maintenance isn't just a recommendation, it's a legal and life-saving necessity. How to maintain a wet riser system. So, how do you keep a wet riser system in peak condition? Monthly inspections. Check pressure levels and test water flow to ensure no leaks or obstructions. Quarterly pipe flushing. Prevent sediment buildup that could block outlets. Annual pressure testing. Confirm that the booster pumps and water supply can handle emergency demands. Valve function checks. Ensure landing valves open smoothly and aren't corroded. Compliance with fire safety standards. Depending on your country, regular testing is required by law. NFPA 14 in the US, BS 9990 in the UK, or local regulations in your region. Wet riser versus dry riser. What's the difference? All right, let's clear up the confusion. What's the difference between a wet riser and a dry riser? A wet riser is always filled with water and ready for use. A dry riser stays empty and needs firefighters to pump water into it from the ground. Wet risers are used for tall buildings because they provide instant water access, while dry risers are found in smaller buildings where pumping water from a fire truck is still practical. Final thoughts. Fire safety is everyone's responsibility. At the end of the day, a wet riser system isn't just a piece of infrastructure, it's a lifeline. When maintained properly, it ensures that in a fire emergency, firefighters can do their job quickly and effectively without delays. But when neglected, it can turn a controllable fire into a deadly disaster. So whether you're a building manager, an engineer, or just someone who wants to understand fire safety, knowing how wet risers work and ensuring they're regularly tested can literally save lives. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe for more fire safety content. And remember, fire safety is everyone's responsibility. See you in the next video.